The Duke of Sussex is expected to return to the UK in 2 weeks to attend the World Child Awards, where he will come face to face with his father, King Charles, for the first time in 20 months. Prince Harry is set to reunite with his father, King Charles, for the first time in 20 months when he returns to Britain in a fortnight, but Prince William has rejected any attempts to reconcile with his brother. The Duke of Sussex and the monarch are on the brink of mending their relationship following an informal peace summit with Buckingham Palace officials. Harry is due in London on September 8, the third anniversary of Queen Elizabeth II's passing, to attend the World Child Awards, a charity event he has long championed. This visit marks the Duke's first since his unsuccessful appeal against the downgrading of his security protection in the UK. Meanwhile, the King is also in the UK with no planned overseas trips until later in September, setting the stage for a face-to-face meeting between father and son for the first time since February 2024. The pair have not laid eyes on each other since January of the previous year, during which time His Majesty has been receiving treatment for cancer. A US source revealed to the Mirror, "It's clear there is now a determination on both sides to make this happen. Nobody is pretending the wider family issues have been resolved, but this is about beginning with Charles and Harry." For the first time in a long time, there's a genuine sense that reconciliation is within reach. Prince Harry's team and the palace have opened a line of communication, and there is every hope that father and son will see one another when the Duke returns to London in September. They continued, after 20 months apart, and with the King continuing his treatment, the feeling is that the time is right to take that step. This is not about grand gestures or set-piece meetings. It's about a simple face-to-face conversation between a father and his son. The priority is privacy and dignity, but also ensuring the door stays open for further dialogue. As for Harry and William, though, any chance of reconciliation between them has been rejected out of hand. Despite the potential meeting, it is understood Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, has chosen to remain in California with the pair's 2 children, Archie and Lilibet. Charles has not laid eyes on his grandchildren since June 2022, when the Sussexes travelled back for the late Queen's Platinum Jubilee festivities. Last month, Harry's chief communications officer, Meredith Maines, met the King's press secretary Tobin Andrei for talks at the Royal Overseas League in London. Liam Maguire, who manages the Sussexes' UK press, also attended the gathering, which was viewed as a significant stride towards establishing communication. The talks encompassed the prospect of Harry receiving direct briefings on his father's well-being and coordination to prevent conflicts between Sussex initiatives and royal duties. In May, the Duke of Sussex opened up about his distress during a BBC interview, revealing he was devastated after losing his legal battle to maintain police protection whilst in the UK. He expressed to the broadcaster his desire for a family reconciliation, but lamented that the King won't speak to me because of this security stuff. He confessed he didn't want to continue the fight and added, "I do not know how much longer my father has." Despite his public plea, personal contact has been minimal. The decision by the Duchess of Sussex and their children, Archie, 6, and Lilibet, 4, to remain in the States follows the Prince's previous statement that he can't see a world where he could bring his children to Britain without adequate security protection. Although the King has shown a willingness to reconcile, the relationship between Harry and the Prince of Wales remains significantly strained. An additional source stated, William feels Harry has repeatedly chosen public exposure over private resolution and that the royal family can't keep being dragged into the headlines every time there's a new contract to promote. The issue with Harry, as well as Meghan, is one of trust. Since relocating to North America, they have eroded all confidence in their ability to keep matters or their criticisms private. For any chance of progress, that trust needs to be rebuilt, and Team Sussex knows the responsibility lies with them. Since withdrawing from royal duties in 2020, Harry and Meghan have launched repeated attacks against the monarchy. Their March 2021 sit-down with Oprah Winfrey, during which they made allegations of racism within the institution and claimed Meghan was driven to suicidal thoughts, triggered global uproar. Their Netflix documentary series in 2022 leveled accusations of unconscious bias at the palace and claimed officials leaked stories to journalists, whilst Harry's tell-all memoir Spare, released in early 2023, alleged that William physically assaulted him during a heated exchange about Meghan and accused Queen Camilla of briefing against him to enhance her public image. Whilst Charles has been characterized as deeply saddened by the pair's claims, the monarch has repeatedly kept the door ajar for reconciliation. In contrast, William is understood to have taken a tougher position, perceiving minimal chance of mending the family divide. Representatives for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and Buckingham Palace declined to comment.